Okay, so here's a quick tutorial on working with styles and CSS to increase your productivity and give you a more consistent application look. I've created a blank project here with a dummy model that doesn't make much sense, but you can see it's first name, last name, company name, number of children, phone number, etc., etc. And this is just to demonstrate some layout. I'll go to the index, which is the main interface page, and for right now I can close this. I'm going to make a quick layout here. It's going to be extremely fast. If you didn't have a data source, just go to the model, drag on that person, and we're going to create a default form. It'll take a second. So we've got the default form. I'm going to stretch this right out so we've got a bit of room to work with. I'm going to put this into, for lack of a better term, a pod type layout. I specifically made these fields so that they could be grouped. So I've made a new container, and I'm going to take everything that's like a phone number, email, and Skype. They sort of go together. I'm going to drag those into a pod. They're grouped. Okay, and size that down, and I'm going to, oops, not what I wanted exactly. Put these up towards the top, and then size this. Okay, so we've got that pod we can move around. Let's grab another container, sort of similar width, and I'm going quick and fast here. I'm not lining everything up perfectly. Let's do one with all of the numbers here. So we've got yearly income, number of cars, number of children. Let's get those grouped together and drag them into this pod. Size it. Put it down here, and then let's get the remaining name type elements or attributes and make a container for them. And let's select and drag those into that container. So we now have 3 specific containers with, similarly grouped items in them, and we're going to name these pods. Let's go to just a plain text field, and this one can be names. Let's grab another text field. This one can be contact methods, and let's grab another. This one can be stats. So now we have 3 pods with 3 titles, and here's where it gets interesting. I'm going to save that. So when you're designing an app, obviously it's good to have consistent style. I have 3 titles here that I probably want a little bolder, a little more, that stand out a little bit more, but are all the same. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to, let's go to the project browser. If we go to outline on the index, and we go right up to the document, and go to properties, you're going to see an area here, style sheets, where you can add one. So I'm going to go here over in the project browser to styles, new, CSS file. I'm going to name it new styles. Okay, gives me a default there. I'm just going to take that right out, and I'm going to create a new class. So let's go p titles for pod titles, or p title, and we're going to go font weight. If you don't know CSS, I recommend you grab a book and learn it. It's very valuable to have that skill. So font weight bold, font size 18 pixels. So we have a new class called p title. That's all I need with that, and close it. I'm going to add that style sheet to be loaded with this application, so I can just cancel the file browser and I can just drag new styles right over. So now that style sheet is going to be included. And close the project browser. I'm going to select all 3 of these titles, or sorry, you can only assign, I'm going to go into skins and add a class here. Oh, I guess you can assign. So I'm going to assign them all p-title. Oops, should spell it right. Now theoretically, if I did this right, when we run the application, it is not working. What did I do wrong? Hold on 1 second and I'll take a look. So we've got... Okay, so you cannot assign the class to a grouped thing. I tried that, so we're going to put them in individually. p-title, p-title, and p-title. So all three of them now have p-title assigned to them. Let's just double check. So yes, they all have it now. So now let's try. I'm going to go back to Chrome and refresh, and you'll see. Oh, I must not have assigned it to that one properly. But you'll see the other two sized up, and you now have the style there. Personally, I'm going to put in a feature request when I'm done the screencast. I'd like to see the styles reflected in the designer here, because as you saw in the last one, I have to substantially change these, and I'm going to have to reload a bunch of times to see if it was where and what I wanted, but I'll do it. Sort of take a wild guess. So I saved that. We'll go back, refresh. There you go. Now here's the big benefit. We go back to Wakanda, go to the project browser, and you say those are a little too big. Let's bring them back down to 12. Save. Go back to project. There you go. So everything stays consistent, and you could do everything from padding to positioning to background colors, etc. But this is a good way to efficiently have styles reflect consistently through your project.